Okay, our next group is the Risky Raiders, and they are going to be telling you about their.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tamara Wagner. I go to Council Rock North High School in Newtown, Pennsylvania.
Hi, my name is Katie Deckard, and I attend Bennett Academy in Lisle, Illinois.
Hi, my name is Chiaka Njaku, and I go to Cesar Arney High School in Camden, Delaware.
Hi, my name is Aiden Homestead. I go to Lane Tech College Prep in Chicago, Illinois.
And the product and insurance company that we would like to present to you is a mobile app called Lafia. It helps out with insurance costs and like prevention for kidnapping and abduction in Nigeria. Thank
Our story is, as a Nigerian American, my family has always told me about the vast stories and experiences they've had in Nigeria, and the times they've had and how much they love it. But they've also told me about the many tragedies that they've experienced and they've seen in Nigeria, such as uncoordinated traffic, manual power outages, and many things like that. And one of the many pressing problems is kidnapping in Nigeria. And their parents have always told them to stay safe in open spaces like markets and big cities. And our project Lafia is going to help us to fix the problem with them.
So our main problem is kidnapping, and to kind of show you guys how much of a problem it is, we have some stats for you guys. So from May 2023 to April 2024, almost 1.5 billion US dollars were paid by households affected by kidnapping in Nigeria. And then in the first 3 months of 2024, there were almost 1,000 kidnappings, and also 3 times or rural areas are 3 times more likely to be affected by kidnapping than urban areas. So that is a huge part of Lafia. We are really trying to focus on not just all of Nigeria, but specifically the rural areas because those are more affected.
So our solution is a specialized kidnapping insurance designed for individuals living in Nigeria because that's where the issue's gotten so big. So it offers support for the ransom. It also offers for medical bills like after they get saved, and then also for any like telehealth for their mental health afterwards. But since our main goal is just to prevent the kidnappings altogether, we've also made a companion app that will help reduce kidnappings by real to date alerts and other features that will come next.
So we are very proud of our companion app, Lafia, and all the features that it comes with. It has many different tabs with many different resources to help prevent kidnappings from even occurring in the first place. So our main feature is going to be an interactive heat map that shows the least safe places in red and the most safe places in green. And you can zoom into like individual streets, and we have very updated technology, and we are going to update that map daily to show you where you can you can walk safe in neighborhoods and where you should avoid. And then users can also report kidnappings completely anonymously through our app. And you can give as much of a description as you want to help out your community and help out others to make sure that they are safe. Users can also view and track reports from other people. So you can read the whole description. You can read the location that the kidnapping or suspicious activity has occurred, and you can keep yourself and your family aware. And then each report will also notify the police and make sure that they are aware of the situation, they have patrol there, and they can go to the suspicious activity as soon as possible. And our last and final thing that is in our app is educational videos that help prepare you for different types of suspicious activity, which can include an educational video on how to keep safe in rural areas, urban areas, how to protect yourself using devices such as tasers and pepper spray, and how to use self-defense in order to make sure that you and your loved ones are safe. So there are two main aspects of our app concept, and that is kidnapping prevention loss and helping both our community and the business benefit from these updates. So Lafia both reduces the frequency of kidnappings by making everyone aware and informed of dangerous situations. And it also helps mental health severity through victims because our app and lets you use a link to book an appointment if you have had a run-in with a kidnapping. You can get mental health help through telehealth doctors who give you free therapy visits for 2 months after the incident, one per week. So both of those are in our app concept, and then our community and our business both benefit because if our community is safer, your loved ones are protected, your friends are protected, and your family is protected from these kidnappings. And also, if we have less claims, that means that we make more profit and we can better our app and help out more people.
So this is kind of a prototype of our app. So this is what it would look like when you first log in. So right here, you would put in your code, your information to log into your account. Here is an example of the education videos. So like here, there's multiple lessons. And each lesson can help teach you like how to stay safe in different areas and protect yourself from kidnapping and how to know like if there's suspicious like people or like it's a suspicious area that you're going into. And then this is like our main feature. This is like the heat map. So the green areas right here are like the safest areas. Then yellow or orange are kind of like the mid areas. And then the red is like the most dangerous areas. And it's based on like reports over the last 14 days. So the more reports there are, like the more it will turn red. And this just alerts people to let them know, hey, if I go in this area, maybe I'll need like extra support or like I'll need people to walk with me or I'll need extra security. And then this also says like the safest times to walk around each city. So if you like click on a specific city, it'll say the safest times for you to walk. And then, yeah, as I said, it says right up there how many reported kidnappings there were. And like how like up here, like an alert or like kind of a warning about how to stay safe and like what the latest reports were.
So then our pricing plans is gonna be a range from about 75 cents a month to $1.50. And we used the data, there was a report that came out from the Nigerian police from it was like April 2023 to March of 2024. And it said that the average ransom was about $1,600, and then it also had the occurrences, and we also used the 100 kidnappings in the first 3 months. And so it's gonna be a sliding scale, so because people in rural areas were more likely to get kidnapped, and they would be kind of the top of the scale, people in the city would be a bit less. And then also, like depending on where they lived in the country, the Northwest, we found was the most dangerous, Southeast was the least dangerous, so that also like affect your price. So when you sign up, kind of putting your information and it goes through that. But other plans right now, they're kind of more geared towards the rich, and right now there's like the minimum wage in Nigeria is like $45 a month. So they don't really have a lot of money to be able to spend on these plans. So we're trying to keep the costs down and focus more on people in rural areas, because that's where most kidnappings happen, and that's where they kind of have a struggle and can't really afford the options out there. So we're trying to fight the gap in the market.
As Aiden said, our plan is to make this product as accessible as possible. So we're trying to find innovative ways for everyone to be able to pay and find the service in places like grocery stores, town markets, and even retail stores. We also want we also want to give stores 10% of the cut of insurance plan so they can incentivize to market it for food. We also want to make this app free to keep expenses down. And we also want to use social media to promote it so everyone can see, since smartphones aren't as a problem since a lot of people have it.
So in the future of Lithia, at Lithia, our mission is to provide peace of mind, not only by providing care and support after an abduction, but then also just trying to make sure that they don't happen. And so in the future, we hope to expand in other countries with high rates of abduction. And that was it. Thank you for listening and opening.
Okay. Any comments from, Simi, you must be happy. You've got two presentations in Nigeria, based on Nigeria.
Yeah,
Okay. Any thoughts from any of our audience members on questions for the team? And how did you come up with the idea? I'm just curious. Was that your?
Yeah, it was my idea. When we pitched the idea, my parents, I mentioned how my parents usually talk about a lot of problems in Nigeria, and one of the things that really surprised me was kidnapping in Nigeria. I didn't know that was a problem until they told me. And the more we researched, the more we found out how prevalent of a problem it was.
Yeah, and that, what was the heat map? Was that like a real possibility there, or were you having reporting going on?
Definitely, yeah. We want to be able to use also because people will want to like let their friends and family be informed, so they will put more reportings into the app, and then we can really update the heat map, and we could use a lot of statistics as we move forward to make sure people know what high severe areas are and low severe areas are.
Any audience comments or thoughts?
I
I think this, oh, Simi,
go
you
ahead,
or-
Michael. Go ahead, Michael, after you.
Okay, yeah, I think this is a really clever idea, and I like it, and I'm shocked by the numbers of people who get kidnapped and who the amount of money that gets paid. Um, I have a couple questions, I guess. It wasn't clear to me who the real market is. When we talk about abductions from the village, oftentimes village people are rather poor. When we look at the green, yellow, red areas on the heat map, how does that correspond to income? Is it the more wealthy people that are getting abducted? Um, Oftentimes it's the low income who are living in the more dangerous areas. And that's another issue, is that it may be red, but if that's where your home is, that's where your home is. Um, so I thought this was really interesting. There is a product in Bangladesh by Green Delta, which is focused on women, gender, a program, and it's a trauma product. And they actually have a button on their phone that they can activate when they look around and they see that there's danger coming. They can do the button and it calls police and it makes a sound and all that stuff. So it's something like this, but I think this is a good idea.
Yeah. I love the idea. I think it's a great idea. And different from the previous presentation, Team 3, this still leverage technology and also combine technology and insurance. But this one focus on prevention instead of loss financing. So that's very important for this kidnapping risk. And also using the social media, right? People can send warnings and provide up-to-date warnings and create a community. Yeah, these are using social media, not just an app. It's also a social media to help people. Yeah, I love that idea. So for risk management, I think for risk management, it's not just insurance or loss financing. More important is prevention. I think this presentation is a great example of a focus on prevention.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.